It's weird, Taurus, because I got a channeled message for you that I also got for another sign. And the channeled message is, you've got like cleaning gloves on, you know, rubber gloves, those yellow gloves. And you've got a yellow cloth. And you're really, really, you know, when you get really intense about getting a stain out of something. And you're like, "Urgh," and you're kind of talking to yourself. And you're getting a bit like, "Grr," and aggressive. And I'm going to do this. That's my channel message. So I'm going to take a card for you because that's a weird message to get. I got Out Damn Spot, which is from Shakespeare. I think it's Lady Macbeth, where there's a spot of blood on a thing and she's trying to get it out and it won't come out. So we're getting it all for you. We're getting Shakespeare, we're getting cleaning. I know. Let's see that card. That's the one. Ooh. Ooh, okay. We get the Judge. That's interesting. I guess, you know, when you think about what judges do in courtrooms, they do clean up the mess. You know, they look at the evidence, there's all the forensics, then there is a judgment, yes or no, guilty, not guilty. I feel, for some unknown reason, and the energy will be right whenever you see this video, you will become the judge of something. You're going to put yourself in a position. At the moment, I feel like you're gathering evidence. And the universe is also sending you evidence. I'm going to take another card for you of these as well, because I feel like it would be appropriate. The universe is sending you evidence. It's showing you stuff. I always get a lot of channel messages for you, Taurus. Yes! That's so weird. It's showing you stuff. I get the empty room. Let's try and get that straight. My camera always goes in the opposite way. Empty rooms are a void. It's what they call them in councils when houses are empty. They call it, and there are teams that go into houses. Let's say a house has fallen into disrepair, or there's been some terrible incident, or whatever it is. They have a team called the Voids team who wear the hazmat suits, and they'll go in and they'll clear that house. And I hope you're not eating while you're watching this video, Taurus. But this is quite serious stuff that you're dealing with here, whether it's emotional, whether it's physical. There's a need to clean up the house. There's a need. I'm getting, you know, it goes with it. I'll take a third one in a minute of those because I feel like we're going to need them. I've got some tarot here as well. It feels, and we're going to look at, well, this is the general part of your reading, looking at the general energies. I will also look at love and relationships in the second half of the reading, which usually it does, link in with this, okay? And there's always an extended love reading if that really resonates as well. Okay, empty room, the Judge, cleaning house. You may find in the next few weeks that you are, and this doesn't matter, and I would love to know in the comments as well, I think Taurians are quite tidy people. I have no Taurus in my chart, so I want you to tell me in the comments, tidy, untidy, or if there is a third way, tell me what that is. But my Taurian friends are pretty tidy, actually. So you may feel even more than usual, that you want to clear up your actual house, your property where you live, the space you live in, that you may want to de-junk, you may want to really get down to it with the duster, you know, and I mean more than you normally do. Like, you're doing the sort of weird things where you're like, I must get a toothbrush to the base of that tap. It's weird. Sometimes it's hormonal when we get like that. I don't know if you've noticed that. I know before you have a baby, and I always heard this, and then when I was pregnant, I did it. When I was pregnant, just before I was about to go into hospital, and you know, you're right at the end of it, I cleaned all the numbers off my cooker. I know. So you know you have the dial that tells you whether you're going to cook it at this or cook it at that. 1, 2, 3 around the edge. I went at it so hard. I cleaned the numbers off. So I had to then keep that cooker for about 5 more years, guessing. You had to just guess what the temperature was. So that's like a compulsion that you get. It's nesting, isn't it? So there's something here. There's a compulsion that you're feeling. And it may be because you need to be nesting, that you need to be making room for something. Empty rooms are very, I don't know if you've done this, but when you really tidy up a house and you clear out loads of junk. I did it the other day in my boys' room, what my friend likes to call the goat farm. Went up there. Oh God, we're talking the real, went under the bed. Do I need to say more? It's like Dora the Explorer, under the bed. Where you kind of, your elbow deep, it's like being in a cow, like pulling this stuff out. But when I'd finished, the room felt lighter, actually felt like lighter, like it had lost 3 stone or something. So there's something about, I'm going to have to tie my hair up because it is so hot in here, Taurus. There's something here, it's just us, you can tie yours up as well if you like. There's something here about making way, but also for some of you, and it won't be all of you, it's more than that. It's making way, but also cleaning house, getting rid. I've got the Ace of Swords here, which I'm very, very pleased to see. So with clearing out comes clarity, okay? This is clarity, swing, up the crown chakra. It's not maybe this, maybe that. It's like ping. This will come in as you clear out. Okay, this will come in. We've got the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. And there's an instability here about your present energy. Now, the 10 of Pentacles represents the house, the home, you know, the what I call the meat and potatoes relationship card, which is for me a very Taurian. Taurian relationships are very embodied in my experience of what I've seen. Again, tell me in the comments. I love getting information about people's astrological sign stuff in the comments. Just don't put your date of birth in there, okay? Taurian relationships are not so much up in the air. They're kind of here, very real, very tactile. This is the home, this is me and you, this is my skin, this is your skin. It's like, you know, that kind of nice feeling. The 10 of Pentacles is that, and it's in the reverse. So when you get that in the reverse, it means that there is some sort of, all bets are off in that for some reason. There's some sort of instability. Something needs to be established. Now, if this is to do with work and money, which of course Pentacles can be, work and money, you may need some more clarity about your current work situation or what you're doing for your own business or your side hustle or whatever it is for you. There needs to be more clarity. And when it comes to clarity, that clarity could be evidence. You may need to go look through your old pay slips. You may need to look at other jobs and look at what their numbers are. There's something to do with doing the numbers, crunching the numbers, cleaning house at work as well. I've got the 4 of Swords in reverse. There's no rest for you in this department. And that's okay. Sometimes we need to be in that energy where we're at it. That's what I mean. Out damn spot, you know, Lady Macbeth. Me cleaning the numbers off my cooker. Like that. And then crying as well. That was good. Gotta love a bit of estrogen, haven't you? Baby. Oh, God. I know. Okay, let's look. I'm going to take a card for, I've got it written down on my board. I'm going to take a card for past energies, contributions and the challenges. Okay, then we'll look at what's coming in. And then we'll look at your love and relationships. Ooh, past energy. 6 of Swords in reverse. Not being able to move forward with something. 6 of Swords is literally, come on, let's go. You know, let's leave this rough and choppy water and let's move off into something calmer. When you get the Six of Swords in reverse, it's the energy of, why can't I get past this? Why can't I see that? Why don't I have clarity about the other, you know? At least you sense it now. I think before you weren't aware that that was the case. Let's look at the challenge. Yeah, Queen of Wands in reverse. A lack of power. It can also be that challenge, because the Queen of Wands is not you, okay, in this, it's someone else. So if this is a work card, it can, that keeps coming up. Ten of Swords keeps coming up in the shuffle, by the way, wants to be seen, okay. You may need, I feel like you've been very polite with somebody, and this could be a work person, because we have to be quite polite at work, don't we? It's not like dealing with family where you're just like, oh, leave me alone. At work, it's like, how can I help you? You know, to that person you can't stand. You may have a bit of a showdown coming, or at least a reckoning. If that's the case, and you're dealing with a manager, or you're dealing with somebody who is in some way insightful or responsible for what you're doing, overseeing you in some way, or even a colleague, whatever, get your numbers and your facts and everything and clean house. And quite honestly, if you're using the, and this is only going to be for one or two of you, if you're using the internet for work and you're spending a lot of time like on eBay, or you know what it's like, especially if you don't like your job and you're on Indeed or you're on eBay, or you're just so bored, you're just surfing the web, clean up your history, because they have audits. Clean up your internet history. That's just for one of you. Let's have a look at what's coming in. I'm quite glad to see this. By the way, they're not all in reverse, but you're getting a lot of reversals. What's coming in is a reality check, which is good. Seven of Cups. This card is when you're kind of in fantasy land a little bit. You know, you're a little bit, well, it could all work out and I don't need to look too closely and the numbers, blah, blah, blah. When this is in the reverse, yeah, something drops. You're like, this is real. If I want to get a pay rise or whatever, then I need evidence. Okay? I need to gather my facts. Ace of Swords. At the moment, the Ace of Swords is the only upright card you've got. And this is, I'm just going to check the deck. No, there's loads of upright cards. So this is something about cleaning house, about tidying up, about getting real, about getting evidence, about refusing to be caught out, and to be honest, being quite Machiavellian about it. No explanation, no, never apologise, never explain. That's how the royal family works, and that's how you're going to work. If you've got something to say here, then you're going to back it up with evidence. Now, whether this carries over into your love life or not, shall we have a look? Because first card I got is the Page of Cups, and it's on its side. So it's neither up nor down. I know. Page of Cups is the beginning of a love offer. It's the beginning of somebody initiating, or you initiating, coming forwards. And it's not yes and it's not no. So what do we need to know about love and relationships, please? What do we need to know? That one's wanting to be there. Okay. Page of Pentacles joining the Page of Cups. Something is getting off the ground, something is small, something is forming, something is happening. So if you're in a relationship, this can be a change that's happening, that's forming, that's either just an idea in somebody's head or an idea in somebody's heart, because you've got the Page of Cups on its side and the Page of Pentacles. So it feels as if, and I'll show you the cards actually, let's use, God knows where the camera will be, look at that. That's quality, isn't it? Right, let me just going to show you the cards for this and for the love reading down here. Let's zoom in a little bit more so you can see them. There we go. Okay. Oof. Judgment was there, kind of in reverse, kind of not in reverse. Your love situation is a little bit messy. You know how we were talking about tidying up the empty room, keeping house, becoming the judge? The channeled message I'm getting for you is you can't judge a situation until you can see it clearly. So it may be in your love life that there is something you need to see. There's something you need to make sense of. Whatever it is, I would say no sudden moves, because we've got the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is slow, and the Page of Cups is the beginning of a love something. Oh my gosh, that's interesting. We get the Nine of Pentacles as well. So with the Nine of Pentacles, this is Venus in Virgo. It's Pentacles again, so we're still in the earth. But also, Nine of Pentacles is this having pride in yourself, being reliant on yourself, knowing that, let's say you're in a connection or something's going on with somebody, that you may want it, but you don't need it. And also, you're not afraid to look for what you need to know. To, I suppose, gather evidence is the word that I'm getting. Oof. Got the Lovers there in the shuffle. Such a nice Lovers card. That one. This feels like a difficult card. Why is that? Ooh. Okay. King of Wands. When you get the King of Wands in a love section, it can very much be someone you really fancy, to be quite honest. The King of Wands is someone who is confident, happy in their own skin, attractive. Usually it can borderline on player, so you need to be careful. But even if they're a player, it's not it's not nasty energy. It's more the energy of someone who may be a bit careless, because they're a bit like, they're so at it and there's so much energy that they don't always consider everything. But it's nice energy, the King of Wands. It's, you know, you never be bored with this person. The attraction is big. Oof. Next to it, I get the Knight of Cups. Okay. I want that card as well. That's interesting. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Oof. With the King of Pentacles just literally popped up out of nowhere. This is a lot. Let me just get rid of me so I can show you the cards properly. Okay. Knight of Cups coming in, we really like. Because when you've got the Page of Cups, and especially when it's on its side, you've got the beginning of something, the thought of something, the idea of something. When it progresses to the Knight of Cups, then you've got leveling up. So in other words, if the Page is kind of shuffling about, Page is young, still learning, Page becomes the Knight. It's like, I'm going to go off and I'm going to get, like, I don't know what they call those blankets on a horse. I'm going to get, you know, a decent blanket. I'm going to get a good cup. I'm going to get some armor. I'm going to look buff. I'm going to come forward. I'm literally a knight charging in on a horse. You know, I've got something to offer, self-respect and pride. So this could be someone leveling up. So it's emotionally becoming more intense. And the very important fact here, there's a couple of things I get, is that we get this Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Now the Eight of Pentacles is the work card, working hard. And it's important that you realise that you do not need to work hard to make that happen. You do nothing. So whether this is dating, whether it's looking for love, whether it's a current relationship, whether it's close friendships, work relationships even, in terms of your relationships, you are the chooser, you are the judge, you are the one looking at what you need to look at. You don't give that power away to others because they don't need to choose you. You choose them. And that is one of the biggest takeaways I can give you from this reading, is that you don't need to prove yourself to anybody. You don't need to work for love. And I'm talking particularly to those of you maybe in your childhood who were encouraged to work for love. You know, that sometimes that can happen, that you get the idea that love needs to be earned. Well, this time it doesn't. And it may be a pattern breaker for some of you to get to that. And that's good. Breaking that pattern, fantastic. I love that. And I might actually have a look before we look at that card and just take a message from your higher self about that. Because Taurus, you have a very powerful higher self, which I don't think everyone gives you credit for, but you do. So let's take a message from your higher self about not working for love, not making the effort. And that's not about because you can't be bothered or you're lazy or any of that. It's because you don't need to. You're choosing. You're the judge. Yay! Oh my God. So accurate, these cards. This is from the Shaman's Dream. So bloody accurate, this deck. Right, message from your higher self is the Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. You are the one making the choices. You're choosing. The consequences, actually, you're not supposed to be too interested in that. Because sometimes when we have power, the choices that we make, the consequences can be difficult. Let's say someone's dicking you around a bit in your love life and you actually think, do I choose this? Do I choose your behaviour? Do I choose you? No, not at the moment. And then you have to distance yourself, and that's the consequence. And it doesn't feel good, but it does feel right. Do you see what I mean? Choices have consequences. I like that for you because actually it gives you power. The other message from your higher self, because this one flipped up, is the Village. And this is about surrounding yourself, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's lovers, or even work-wise. It takes a village, and it's about you and your tribe. And Taurus is very giving to the tribe. You know, you're the one who does bake the stuff for the bake sale. You're the one who will get people extra blankets when they're cold. You know, it's that kind of thing. You look after people. It's something Taurians do. But at the same time, the situation you're in at the moment, whether it's relationships, work, or anything else, they need to bring stuff to you. The Knight of Cups, you know, the horse blanket, the decent cup, you know, having a proper shave or whatever before they get there, whatever it is, they need to bring it to you. It's not just you giving out to them. You're the one doing the choosing, and that can be hard, especially if it's a pattern breaker, because you doing the choosing has the consequence of you needing to live with those choices. But actually, you can and you will, and it will be great. King of Pentacles, love me a King of Pentacles. This is someone who is reliable, steady, and they bring something. They always bring something to the table. Now, we have the King of Wands here, who is sexy and exciting, and sometimes a bit thoughtless. Now, you could be dealing with a choice between two people, or this could be two sides of the same person, or it could be just literally you asking yourself, what am I going for here? Chemistry or someone who is reliable? It's an interesting quandary for you. And also, I feel like in your love life, this is a time for you breaking difficult patterns. So if you've gone for narcissists, if you've gone for what people where the chemistry, there's been love bombing and the chemistry's been amazing, there's something here about smoothing out the curve so that you're heading for something where there is mutual respect. Now, you don't have to work for that. You're doing the choosing, but in doing the choosing, you're rejecting the people who are not the right candidates for you. And whatever you're doing in your love life, that must be the case. And in the extended reading, I am going to look at King of Wands, King of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, but also I'm going to get a different deck and draw a different love reading about your person, the other side of the equation. What do you need to know to make your choices? The shadow side, what to avoid, and what's the best way forward? What's the best choice you can make? We're going to look at the evidence. We're going to be the judge. Good-doing. Okay, that's first link in the description box. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.